Midsummer is a busy time in the housing market. Many people move, others sign new leases. Yet millions of people sign these agreements every year, and not many people read them. KAGS HD News reporter Tashara Parker shows us why a local mom is questioning an apartment's leasing practices and why others should be aware.
These days, Summer Scanlon is putting in some extra reading time.
Resident further acknowledges, understands, and agrees that he or she has been advised that the landlord will nonetheless require that a binding parental or sponsor guarantee be executed if the resident cannot prove monthly income according to the rental criteria.
Those words are in her daughter's leasing contract at the Reserve, a local apartment complex in College Station. She says her daughter didn't fully understand the contract, does not have a guarantor, meaning she does not qualify for the apartment. The Reserve tells Summer her daughter is still responsible for paying rent this upcoming fall.
If they're not going to give her keys and they're going to force her to have a guarantor and her dad and I don't want to do it, I don't understand how they're going to say you owe the $7,300 and some odd dollars for the 1 year term and turn her into collections without allowing her to move in.
Local real estate attorney Joshua Ben says the College Station resident may be onto something.
The way it's worded is very vague, and there's some real questions about enforceability.
We reached out to the Reserve Apartments and we received this statement saying, quote, "The Reserve at College Station is unable to publicly comment on the personal details of any particular situation. If an applicant or a resident has a concern, we encourage them to speak directly with us. Without commenting on any specific situation, the rights and obligations of our residents are clearly set forth in our leasing paperwork," end quote.
This really obligates the tenant, but doesn't obligate the landlord.
So the question we've all been wanting an answer to is, what should you do if you're presented with any form of a contract? First thing to do is always to read. Make sure you're reading, not just skimming, reading every single line of the form. The second thing you want to do is make sure you understand. Don't just read to gain an understanding. The third thing you should do is always make sure you think it over. Never sign a contract on the same day.
And if you get in this particular situation, usually the best thing to do is to talk to the complex, try to come to some type of resolution that works for everybody. And if that doesn't work, then you can always have the execution of your legal rights.
We all learn lessons the hard way when it comes to reading lease agreements, but it's a 36-page lease agreement.
A lengthy contract that may end up costing her family more than $7,000. In College Station, Tashara Parker, KAGS HD News.
Summer says she will seek more advice on the situation, but currently her daughter is still liable for the $7,300 12-month term.